What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Combat Sports Media YouTube channel. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about breaking down and trying to predict the upcoming WBC World Bantamweight title fight between Nonito Donaire versus Nordine Oubaali, who is a Olympian from France. Now, Nonito Donaire, as we all know, is a great fighter. He's arguably one of the best fighters to ever live below the featherweight limit. So below 126, you could argue that he's one of the best that ever lived. He's undoubtedly, obviously, a future Hall of Famer. And I just want to point something out. He made his big splash onto the bantamweight division, or into the bantamweight division, when he nearly took Fernando Montiel's head off. And I believe it was the second round in their fight on HBO. And with that win, he earned 2 world title belts. And he only defended him once, and that was against Omar Narvaez from Argentina at Madison Square Garden back in 2011. And immediately after that fight, he moved up to the 122-pound division. Now, he's back in the 118-pound division after all these years. And, you know, he's going to try to make it happen again. He's 40-6 with 26 knockouts. He's got good height and reach for the division. He's 5'7", and he's listed as having a 68.5-inch reach. Nonito has great power, especially in that counter, that check left hook. He's very athletic. He's got good hand speed. He's very explosive, especially in his younger days. And he's got all the heart in the world. And usually always comes in good shape. However, as we all know, he's a little older now. I'm actually pretty impressed at the fact that he's still fighting, because a lot of people in his generation have already long retired, such as Jorge Arce, Vic Darchinyan, Fernando Montiel. Now, his opponent is a young kid from France, undefeated, 17-0 with 12 knockouts. He's a southpaw, and he's listed at having a 67-inch reach. So the reach is relatively the same between them. They have very similar reach, according to BoxRec. And despite the fact that Nordine Oubaali is extremely short, even for this weight class, which is 118, he's still a short guy. I mean, 5'3.5". That's what he's listed at, 5'3.5". So, Vic Darchinyan was 5'5.5". So Nonito should be towering over this guy. And just like Vic, he's a southpaw. And just like Vic, he's an aggressive southpaw. Nordine Oubaali is an aggressive, offensive-minded fighter. He's also explosive. And, that's a style, and it's kind of self-explanatory because he's 5'3.5". I mean, he's going to be shorter than everybody he's in the ring with. He's got to work his way inside or whatnot. But, yeah, that's what he is. He's a worker, and he likes to hash it out. And he does have good power. 12 knockouts out of 17 fights. However, he's fought absolutely nobody. I don't know anybody that he's fought. He did fight Rau'shee Warren. He's also the same guy that beat Rau'shee Warren in the Olympics, and then he beat Rau'shee Warren as a professional for a world title fight on the undercard of Pacquiao Broner. So that's actually the only notable opponent that I know of his. Other than that, I don't know any. And I actually haven't seen that fight. I haven't seen that fight. What I have seen of Oubaali is from the Olympics. I watched this fight with Rashid Warren in the Olympics, but I didn't get to see it on the undercard of Pacquiao Broner. I did try, but wasn't able to. So let's move on to the prediction. Now, I have to say that despite the fact that Donaire is extremely advanced in age, especially for a guy who fights at the small weight classes, he is operating on a relatively high level, at a pretty consistent, relatively, he has ups and downs, but he's pretty consistent. He never puts in a slap job performance or anything like that, never has. He just put up a great fight in his last fight against Inoue, who was supposed to be this monster and who is looked at by many to be, not by me, but by some as the #1 pound for pound fighter in the world, or at least top 3. So, regardless, Inoue is a good fighter. And, even though I think Inoue might be a little overrated, it says a lot about Donaire and where he's at in his career currently. So unless if he gets completely shot overnight or loses a lot of himself overnight, and he's still relatively the same guy that fought Inoue, I expect him to win. I just hope that he doesn't make, this is the mistake, and this is the biggest backdrop about Donaire, is he has a tendency to not fight a smart fight. And when I say that is, and sometimes, not all the time, but what I mean by that is he will fight the wrong game plan, and a lot of times that means he will just wait to catch the guy with a big shot instead of just fighting. So I hope that doesn't happen. It wasn't the case in his last fight. I hope it's not the case in this fight. I don't want him to just be, because Nonito has done that multiple times where he's lost a fight or made it simply a lot closer than it had to be because he was waiting to counter the opponent with one big punch and knock him out, just like he did with Montiel. He's tried to replicate that multiple times after that fight. And, instead of worrying about doing that, he's just worried about fighting. And I hope that's what he does in this fight. And if he does, I'm sure, not sure, but I am picking him to definitely win. I'm picking Donaire. That's my official pick. Donaire, possibly around knockout too. I picture him maybe catching Oubaali with a strong left hook, a counter as Oubaali's coming in, a check left hook as he's running into Nonito, and Nonito winning by knockout. I wouldn't be surprised if that happened. So that's that. And as a disclaimer, obviously, I encourage you guys not to use my videos for betting, and this is only for, I make these for entertainment purposes only. You guys do what you want, but these videos are for entertainment. Hope you guys have a good one, and see you guys in the next video. Peace out.